welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. We got that achievement right as I saved and ended my last recording. I already forgot what it is. It's been a day or two since I played. And apparently the game forgot too. Because it's not pinging. Oh, I think I remember. It was... difficult to load? There's a nature one. What is it? Some reservations. That one. Yes, 4 nature reserves built. So, apparently these parks don't count. It has to be nature preserves. And I had realized that this one was not counting as a nature reserve anymore after I had dug that out to get to the teleporter. So I put that door back there, and as soon as that door was built, we got that achievement. Anywho, new printable available. Oxyfern, generally fun. I still need a cook. That's what I need. And I don't see a cook. Max here isn't bad. He's not a cook, but he's not bad. Not by any stretch of the imagination. He doesn't have an instruction. But other than that, he might do well. We're going to actually bring him in. This might be a horrible mistake. Print. Just 'cause I'm not sure that if this place can handle a 4th duplicate, and whereas I haven't played in a few days, I'm grossly out of touch with what my duplicates can handle. But we're just gonna give him grilling right off the bat there. We're gonna need one more table. We've got enough beds. Well, let's just, I need to start using the copy feature a lot more. And not scroll through this whole thing all the time. But we'll do that. We got that going. Sweep some eggs so the plug slugs stay happy. And what's the temperature of this thing? Still cold. I believe it is warmed up a fair bit compared to what it used to be. I think it was -60 or something. I mean, it's -40 up there, so it is definitely warming up as this hydrogen is released. But we're not burning it super quickly. So eventually this thing will just hit pressure, and the Weezeworts will hopefully keep up with it. But we do have, excuse me, the anti-entropy thermal nullifier right there. And I'm thinking about literally like piping the gas up to this thing and then back down in a loop to where like it's always feeding this thing to cool the gas and then always moving back down. But I'm not going to worry about that until I have to worry about that until it starts like burning the base. So what I was thinking about doing was literally, I was going to put a thermo sensor on the gas pipe and sound an alert if ever it got too hot. But I'm not going to. I'm just gonna wait for it to be a problem and then I'll fix it. In the meantime, I'm just gonna keep digging stuff out here. I forget what you are. Sulfur geyser? Yeah, we don't want you, Doug. 34. Yeah. Can dig those. And then those will be high enough. Yeah, we can dig that. That's all dug quite well. 34. Yeah, you can dig that. You can dig that. You can dig that. And you can dig that. And then you can dig that. That'll keep you guys busy for a little while. On this side of things, I was working on a... Excuse me. I have a really nice bad dry cough right now. I'm feeling fairly much better, but I just have a dry cough that I can't shake. It's very frustrating. Anywho, I was working on Pacu. 36 tiles. I heard that they only need 8 tiles per fish. So, like, that's 2 fish. That'd be 3 fish right there. So, there's definitely more room than what they need. I'm thinking how I might rearrange some of this stuff. I did build out this pipe a little bit and put some radiant right there just to eat some of this temperature. Oh, I remember what I need to do. Yeah, so it was getting a little warm right there, and the oxygen wasn't moving through the pipes because we're compressed in terms of oxygen. So at first I just built regular pipe with granite, and I was like, yeah, that'll be fine. Again, it'll still exchange heat. And then I went and I put the radiant pipe at the end because I was like, it's not going fast enough. Now it's fairly cool there, which I like. And we've got steam. But last I checked, weird things were afoot. Yes, weird things indeed. Like, did I not have a tile there, or did that break? I don't know. We got a little blob of carbon dioxide down in there, which is frustrating, and a little thing of polluted oxygen, which is also frustrating. We're gonna go and build a tile right there, I think, just to make sure that if this evaporates, we don't have a bunch of steam coming throughout the whole base. So that's actually kind of a please do it sooner rather than later. Otherwise, I think that's working fairly well. The water warms up a little bit more than, like, this is probably reversed of what I should have, because it's cooling this block after it picks up a bunch of heat from this. But it seems to be working nonetheless. Oxygen's still fairly cool coming through there. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that nearly as much as I thought I was going to. Yeah, we want that little bit to boil. As soon as that boils, we can seal this whole thing up. I actually will go get some obsidian and build an insulated tile there. That little blob of water, as long as it doesn't evaporate, should keep any of the steam from coming through. But I want that to boil, and then I want this polluted oxygen to work its way right there. And once that happens, because it'll actually block the steam turbine being right there. And is that oxygen? Yeah, we've got polluted oxygen and oxygen. We need them both to get up through there. And I feel like I just don't have enough steam to keep things pressurized. Like, I might need to add some more water in there. One way or the other, it is not yet hot enough for the steam turbine to run. We need 270, and it's 220. 270? I know how to do math. 257. I just looked at the 7. So we're about 30 off, and then that thing will start churning some power. This is more for heat deletion than power generation, though this will help super sustainable. So, not the worst thing. But I need to focus on these guys right here. Figure out a good little system. I know what I want in my mind. I just got to lay it out. Okay. There we go. I'm using depleted uranium for automation wire, because why not? There's not a lot else to do with it. I might not have enough though. It looks like I had 55 grams, but maybe that one little tile is too much. I didn't exactly. No, that all worked. That's fine. I mean, they're gonna rebuild that, which is kind of weird, but yeah. Okay, so to explain it, I had to turn. Well, I also want this to do eggshells? Wherever it is at. Industrial ingredient. Where are eggshells? Maybe I can just find an eggshell? They all get swept up so fast. Or they're hidden. Eggshell? Eggshell. What are you? Unreachable, yes. Can produce. What family do you belong to? No idea. Okay. I thought that you could see where they were when you looked at that. You just like clicked something. It's not agriculture. Consumable, we looked at that. That's cooking. It's not a cooking ingredient. It's not a soil. It's not edible. I would think it would be right there, but it's not. Manufactured material. You manufacture lime, but mineral? Mineral. That's my next guess. Mineral? No. Organic? Okay, there we go. Eggshell and polluted dirt. I might change the layout of this since I'm running polluted dirt through it. I disabled the automation with this. So basically what this does is anything that lands right here, it's going to sweep. That these guys make. It's not going to sweep that like copper or anything like that. Eggs, polluted dirts, anything like that, swept up into this thing and moved. I moved that thing to right here, where it's going to drop all of the eggs in this spot. And that's where the eggs are going to sit until they hatch. And then when they hatch, they'll flop right over here into this spot. This thing looks at all of the things that are in here, and it's going to sweep the eggs. I haven't enabled it yet, so that's why those eggs are still there. But it's going to sweep them and put them in that conveyor loader that is going to drop them off right there. This automation... Well, real quick, the reason you don't want the eggs in here is eggs will apply cramped debuff. Cramped debuff stops them from laying eggs. If they're overcrowded, that's not the same thing as cramped. I don't know if I've explained that, but that's why they'll keep laying eggs in here as long as we keep the eggs swept out. The automation is detected to this critter sensor that will send a green signal if it is below one creature. I only need one. So if if a Pacu dies in here, this thing, I might have that backwards. Nope. Excuse me. It will, wait, no. I do have it backwards. If above one, we want this thing open. Yes. Okay, so if ever all the Pacu die in here, and this thing is not sending a signal, because they will get old and die, it will close this vent, and then the eggs will pass through and go up to this one, drop down and sit here, and then when they hatch, they'll flop into this. Now, I might get more than one egg at a time, depending on how many of these guys lay, but since we have a fairly big pool here, that actually won't be a problem. I really only want one Pacu in here, but if we get more than one, it's not the worst thing in the world. Then I have this loader right here that I want to literally ship all of the nastiness from. And I want to run it, I'm thinking about off-gassing. That's why I paused there. And what I want to do is I want to run it through solid tiles so none of the polluted dirt actually off-gasses. Try and limit it as much as possible. But I haven't, like, just done a filter. If I were to put a filter in here somehow, that would make things a lot easier. But filters cost power, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, so then all of the stuff that these guys make, we can ship out somewhere else to still be good and useful and all those things. We want seeds, critter eggs. We're just gonna hit everything because that'll be easier. Power, yes. So it seems like, yeah, those eggs won't. I dropped them off right there before, and really I shouldn't have. I should have moved them outside of the tank. But there we go. That is a working system. We've got plenty of seeds here. Do a little bit of cleanup. Excuse me. Sweep. Oh. Critical flaw. This thing's just gonna do an endless loop. I am so smart. Okay, that should work. Pretty janky setup. It's not the most beautiful looking one that I have ever done. I don't like having this gap here because then the duplicates have to hop it. But yeah, it is what it is. We want just buildings, please. I don't know what all's behind that door. I'm gonna lower this so they don't have to hop that. But yeah, same principle, except this auto sweeper can't reach that spot. Those fish will still, whenever they hatch, hop down this way. But we won't have it just picking up eggs from there and putting them there and picking them up and putting them in and picking them up and putting them in and picking them up and putting them in, and you get the point. Downside to that is I have turned off the polluted dirt. We can still do eggshells, why not that? And this one, why not also eggshells? Just so that if any hatch here, we can put the eggshells there and the duplicates don't have to fish it out. I could also probably drop this down a tile, and then they you know, like, confine them all to one tile, probably easier on the game, won't have to calculate as much. Apparently these things can just get super out of control in terms of how many hatches there are and what they're trying to do. In terms of pathing, it will just break your game. But until that happens, I'm just going to leave it like this. Again, it's not pretty. I probably will rework it some point later, just so that it flows a little bit better and we can ship some of the polluted dirt and whatnot out better. But yeah, this will work. I promise you, this will work. Next on my list of things to do, Pip planted a thimbleweed. Okay, thank you, Pip. It still works. Is I need to move these hatches. They are starving. They are dying. This was to be expected. But I don't know as though I want to replace this with hatches. I think I actually want to replace it with Sweetles. Because we have to tame everything in the game anyways. And I haven't done much with these guys. Now, these guys, the Grub Grubs, are really good for farms. I don't care too much about using them right now. They eat sugar. No. Sulfur. They eat sulfur. They don't eat plants, but they will tend to plants. So I could plant a whole bunch of plants in here and then just take care of the Sweetles as normal, and I would get food and food, double food, and an achievement out of the way. But I don't believe I have a lot of sulfur. What is sulfur? Consumable ore, I believe. Bleachstone, coal, oxalite, definitely not that. Usually tends to be a little bit on the lower side. No, let's I know we have some over here. I know that we have some over here. Not rust, not bleachstone. If I could remember the colors. That's rust, coal, salt. Interesting. Maybe I will just have to uncover the liquid sulfur geyser. I'm not looking forward to that. I'll have to think. Okay, I made up my mind. I'm not going to worry about it just yet. I did queue up a bunch of stuff for them to do on this side, just to kind of keep them busy. I sealed that over and I built power lines so this door opens fast, but rather than having to worry about natural gas always seeping up through here, I figure why not just seal it all up. And I actually enabled Max to cook. He couldn't cook. We will get a little bit of a problem with carbon dioxide, I believe. Which is kind of interesting to me that I don't have as big a problem as I do. I'd think there'd be kind of a puddle of it right there, but there's not. But yeah, they're digging, they're doing that stuff for a little while. But I realize what I really need to do is just start working on space research so that I can research some of these spacey things. Like the research reactor. That would be wonderful. That would really go a long ways for helping my super sustainable. And some of the solid filter, like I was talking about a filter, I couldn't research it if I wanted to. High velocity transport would also be nice. Not that I have the rad bolts for it. So I'm going to work on this. I'm going to put a gas cargo canister in there. View interior, yes. And we're gonna just kind of start building some of the stuff. See, like wall toilet right there. Yeah. Badoop. And in medicine, we have hand sanitizer. We do not have. I'm guessing bleachstone. I know we have 100 kilograms of metal ore at the very least. So maybe I just need to go dig up some more bleachstone. But one of the things that I will need... it's hard to like leave the rocket. It's actually kind of frustrating. Let's see. But I think if I click that, add a new module above this one, yes. We will also need a solar panel. Just for a little bit of the supply. And that's getting to be kind of a full rocket. Now, I'm not really planning on going anywhere with this rocket. Literally just up into space, do research, and then come back down. So one of the things that I wanted to do was get a port loader. I don't see that there. I did see it in plumbing, I think. Yes. But not for liquid. I need is gas, but I don't see one for gas. Say what? Is there not? Oh, ventilation. I was in oxygen. I should be in ventilation. Hercadar port loader automatically links loads gases into storage. So we're gonna slap that down. Yeah? Yeah? No? No? Apparently not. I don't need an unloader. I just want a loader. Is that close enough? I feel like that doesn't connect, but I guess it does. Actually, no, cancel, cancel, cancel. So one of the problems with these things is they get really hot. So I'm gonna do steel right off the bat. I have a pretty good feeling that that's gonna get warm in the long run. The next thing that I need to do is run some oxygen up. They have some ports on the side of this. I'm not gonna worry about that. Then the next thing that I need to do is actually get water, which is gonna be a little tricky just because of space. Like I can't dig up through that very easily. So it might be time to put this pump to use. I mean, I suppose actually I could just run a line right up past that. I'd have to dig through that abyssalite right there. I'm not using that line anymore. Well, this actually could use a little bit more polluted oxygen. Polluted water. Squirrel, how's my steam turbine doing? I mean, this might have run a little bit, hard to tell. The temperature is pretty close. It might have cooled it down, but that little bit has not yet boiled. And we still have these three little globs that need taken care of. Polluted oxygen, and carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide probably won't hurt anything because it's not in front of the ports. But it wouldn't hurt to put a bridge in. What I should probably do, just to try and help equalize some of the temperature, is a liquid reservoir. If I could fit that in, I think I would want it right there. I think I can fit it in right there. Yeah, because I can build sideways through either of those spots. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'll start working on that. I do think that I should just build another liquid pipe right through here, like so. And then I'll decommission this little segment with the polluted water and turn it into regular water. Get that going. Temperature. Okay, so it's getting actually fairly warm right up through here. So this spot right here is where it starts getting dangerous for water in terms of freezing. So that would need to be insulated. So what I should probably do is do a shutoff right here. Liquid shutoff, yes. Just so when the time comes and I don't need water up there anymore, I don't have to worry about it freezing in the pipes. Yeah, lead somehow. That's nice. I like lead. It has... Oh, I can't build there. There. It actually has a fair number of uses, in my opinion, as just a general metal. Like with copper and whatnot, because of its overheat temperature and whatnot, you feel like you want to save it for some things. But if ever there's just a spot where you need some automation wire or some power wire, something like that, and you don't care about temperature or how it looks or anything like that, lead's a good pick. Power. Since we're already so close to the spine, we might as well just hook up. I am going to use the heavy watt because I feel like it. We'll just plug right into that. Then I will need insulated pipe, and I don't think I have enough sedimentary or ceramic for this. Let's see. Nope. Come on. Yeah, nearly enough. So for this, I'm actually just going to use obsidian. I think obsidian is a fairly good insulator. We'll do that right there. And then on the downhill side of it, we can just use regular granite still. Yep. Oh, no. No. See, I looked at this side and I saw that I could dig that tile and it wouldn't hurt anything. It's not true on this side. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, no. No. You cannot priority 9 that hard enough. Oh. Come on, dupes, please. Sooner rather than later. Oh, look at this. It's such a mess. I can't even mop it. I can mop that. Start mopping. We got a lot to clean up. Yeah. I'm so not smart. Well, I stemmed the flow. It's quite a mess. Like all the way down here, which if that boils, then I'd have steam. And it might boil because it's right next to a volcano. And this is far too deep to mop. So I've got to do a pitcher pump. Right there. Oh, that doesn't need to be an emergency. Just sooner rather than later, please. Steel. I actually going to drop that off here in case they need it. We're making plenty at that other base, so it'll be of more use on this side of things. Attack! I should probably also make barbecue and cooked fish thing for these guys and make sure that they aren't going to eat any meat. Right there. And Pacu fillet right there, right? Pacu fillet, yep. Because of how they do it per planet, it's just easier to triple click that thing to turn it all off. But yeah, that way you guys can just cook all that and get better calories and be happier and all that fun stuff. Okay. Back to my mess. So what I... Blah! Look at all this. Look at all this even on this side. It came through to this side. That's just awful. Just awful. So, there's gonna be so much soggy feet. So what I think I will do is put in a door right there. That does not need to be top priority. I need to not have that set as top. And deconstruct that. And I'll put in a door here, because right now they can't get to these bottle emptiers. I didn't want them getting to those bottle emptiers. I think they're going to need to get to those bottle emptiers. So I'll just have to slap in a mechanized airlock. Right there? Can't build it, I guess, over tile. So we'll have to deconstruct those. This is nothing like putting a nice hamper on your race to space. Don't need to worry about none of that, do I? I can deconstruct that one, though. We don't need that there anymore. In the same way that I don't need that one there anymore. Okay, so things are progressing. I've seen this run a time or two. I have just connected this. I'm going to start siphoning in all of my polluted water into this little tank. I do want to build ceramic insulation right there. So once enough of it is drained in, I'm just going to disconnect this little bit right here and then connect it in right there and let it pressurize again. It's mostly ready to go on this side of things. We've got the water line mostly built up too. Inside of this ran a whole bunch of pipe. They can't reach it all yet, but that'll come in a little bit. Have an auto bottler dumping polluted water there, and these two there. Although I can probably up the priority on them just a little bit. And hopefully we don't get too much polluted oxygen out in the base. I was looking at it, it's kind of building up in some places. I should probably work on fixing the ventilation. Like this right here. Look at, just bloop, bloop, bloop. All this nastiness. But yeah, I gotta just let it run, I guess. I have a few different jobs queued up, but there's a little bit more than the dupes can actually do right now, it seems. So just gonna have to wait some of it out. We are getting a little low on the food. Not like super low. That's basically 2 days worth of food right there. And I'm sure it's because we don't have enough smooth hatches making eggs. And they are starving to death, and that's fine. I mean, it's kind of a bad way to go, and if this were anything other than a game, I would be very upset at that. But since it's a game, I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's better than killing them outright, because then my dupes get hurt. And I need just one more stone hatch. Oh, I guess. Oh, it was an egg. Yeah, there's a little baby guy. Okay, so he did hatch from there. So this is now set to deliver stone hatches. So as they start hatching out of this, they will be delivered there. And I'm not going to worry about making that a Sweetle Ranch for a while. I think food's just a little bit more important. I mean, the meal lice keeps us at bay. So we're not hurting for food. Horrible bad, but something to watch out for, though. Okay, so there is enough oxygen. I just say words. That's literally all I do is I just say words. There is enough water not running that I was able to deconstruct that. I'm gonna prime the line, as it were. It's gonna be a little bit different. It's right there. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Liquid pipe, deconstruct that. Let's see if that gets... No, not that. Cancel it. Why are you not canceling? There we go. Because I want water to flow through there. Well, never mind. Do deconstruct it and I'll just rebuild it, like, right there. Because I want this to drain out. Bridges do weird things. Like, you'd think it would be going in right there and out right there. But maybe it's because I have that one right there that it doesn't want to do that? Yeah, I don't know. But we got at least that much more water in the system. Which I don't think will fill the whole line. But just no. Well, I don't know. We got some in the tank, so we gotta let the tank empty and see where that goes. I might just, a little trick that I've learned. Let's put a copy button. Use the copy button. Is put an output right there, because then we have out there and an in there, and that should probably drain that little chunk. But it doesn't look like we quite have enough to saturate the whole line. But pretty close. Maybe that one extra little pipe segment. Like, we don't need to get this thing full. We just need to have a little bit of water in here so that every time more water is added, it just gives us one average temperature. And it also keeps things running smoothly. It stops any of the little stutter steps when things can't make it through the aqua tuner. I don't know, actually. We're pretty close. Maybe they go out in 10 kilogram packets. Hey, look at that. I still will probably try and drain this just so I can try and utilize this new line. Yeah. Just so that I can run regular water through there and not have things horribly fall apart. That should stabilize temperatures a little bit more. Let this thing run a little bit more often. I wish that would boil away already, but I guess just not enough conductivity happens across that spot. Or some of that water keeps splashing over there. Maybe I just won't worry. Like, oh, look at that. It's right. It was right there. Right there. What temperature are you on? You're not even hot. I suppose it's not hurting anything, but it's just mildly frustrating. Oh, hey, and that just drained perfectly right there. So we're gonna deconstruct that spot. And if that will ever get queued up, deconstruct that spot. And then we can not fill that. We don't have to worry about filling that up again. I'll leave the line there just in case I need it, but we're sitting pretty right there. Water coming in. Yeah, it's picking up some heat. It's like going in at 45 degrees right there. Heats up to about 50. I saw a 60 packet. And then on its way out, 29 there. Picking up about 10 degrees there. A little bit more right there. Someone's deconstructing pipes. Every time it freezes like that, it's the game trying to figure out what's happening while someone deconstructs a pipe. But yeah, I think I like it. I like it. Very good, very good. We've chunked through another bunch of water right here. Like, we started somewhere around right there, and we're below this next layer of mesh right there. So that's draining nicely. I like that. I want it to be gone so that I can use other water other places and maybe like finally tap these geysers and whatnot. But I think I can just about need that liquid bridge going too. But I could copy, connect that right there. And they still haven't finished building that. Maybe I'll have to up the priority a little bit. Excuse me. But again, they're working on a few things. Dumping all the polluted water that I flooded the base with and stuff like that. Well, that's a little problematic. Somehow or another, that melted. We have uranium, liquid uranium. Goodness gracious. Freezing point, so it got above 270 degrees in there. I guess that's what I get for not either paying attention and or not checking things. I don't remember if I built that out of uranium on purpose because I was like, hey, look, there's a good use for it. Or if I didn't check to see what uranium did. But now I'm going to have to get in there and rebuild a vent. And mop that up. And that's going to be interesting. So, how do I get in there? I was going to like build this out so that all the oxygen couldn't get through. And then do a liquid lock of some kind. So that can be the 2. And I just have to break that 1, and then they could climb through. So we'd have to do a tile. We're just going to do obsidian for now, but we'll do one there. And then that would be the low spot. So then there. And then have those 2, yeah. That would be my liquid lock. I have to destroy that one. But it's the price you pay. So I'll need to get a bottle emptier. Right there. And then I'm just going to use regular tile. Seal in that spot. And after I've made a liquid lock, I will deconstruct that and I'll have a way through. I'm going to have to fill this with like petroleum or something, I think. And this is a very high priority. We'll do this at priority 9. We'll do all of that at priority 9. Well, you don't need to priority 9. Nothing's happening with you. But work on the rocket goes slowly. Mostly, they just will not build more Atmo suits. Okay, they did build more Atmo suits. I queued up 5. Why they are not supplying the Atmo suits, I do not know. I always find supplying Atmo suits tends to be a very difficult thing. Like, I don't know if it's a sweep priority or a supply priority or what. But they just never seem to want to actually deliver the Atmo suit. So we only get like 2 duplicates at a time coming through here. Yeah, we're loading oxygen up. This thing's filling up with oxygen, which is nice. So then the interior of this should have a fair bit of oxygen once everything gets built. I have the output fittings. I'm going to experiment a bit with them. I don't think I need so much the output that supplies oxygen. I think I could use that spot to great effect for oxygen, just like go boop and have a vent. But I want to test some things with it. Because you can pick what you bring in. With these you can't. So like this one I have set right there to carbon dioxide, so it should suck carbon dioxide out. And this one you can't. It's just there. But yeah, I need to have people come build it all, and I guess the Atmo suit situation being what it is, they only go a few at a time, and it takes a while. Okay, now it's taken some doing and perhaps some abuse of the yellow alert, but I've got it going again. It got toasty in there, 330 degrees. The oxygen and polluted oxygen haven't quite sorted themselves out. I wish that they would go all the way over there, but they haven't. So I think I'm just gonna seal it up as soon as they get this last little bit of uranium out of there. Which I am pouring molten hot liquid just in my base there. And this temperature has definitely just skyrocketed since the steam's kind of leaked out a little bit. Say it would be wonderful if this other little packet of oxygen would just get right in there, but I don't think that's going to happen. So let's see if this is the last of the uranium to be picked up. That would be nice. Yes, maybe quit worrying about your wet socks until you're out of the scalding water. Okay. So we can set that back down to 5. We don't care anymore. But this, we're going to copy you. And you, very much so, get built, please. And I guess for a while, I will just live with the little pocket of oxygen and polluted oxygen in there. And that can be the mascot, I guess, or something. And I know scalding. It's very warm there. It will not be warm forever, but for right now, it's very warm. There we go. Now get out of there, Meep. Ooh, goodness, that cooked you a bit. I know you're the doctor, but go to the hospital. A few other people got cooked a little bit, but I think you were definitely there the longest. And then I'm gonna... I actually think I was gonna... Oop, well, that doesn't need to be that high. I might destroy this and then unbuild this and then just kind of keep cycling that spot till I can get the last little bit of oxygen. I see the polluted oxygen is gone now. I don't know, maybe it got overpressurized and it just destroyed it. It's a little bit of a scummy way of getting rid of mild things that I try not to do, but when the game decides to do it all on its own, who am I to complain? But one way or the other, that's that crisis contained, and we can not worry about this thing massively overheating. I don't know exactly what your overheat temperature was. I mean, I built you out of steel for a reason. I mean, they're your melting point, but where, oh where, is your overheat? It's always a thing that I have a hard time finding. I swear it's supposed to be their age. I find it funny that they have the age of a piece of equipment. Like there's its current temperature. But it doesn't say when it melts. Maybe it doesn't. It'd be nice. Okay, so excuse me. With that contained, what's next? I did have to turn these things off and I have them queued for deconstruction. I was having them run again to build up plastic for the spaceship, and then they started to overheat, and I'm like, oh, well, so much for that. They're made out of copper, so I'll probably destroy them and make something out of steel. Who is idle? Max? Okay. As I say, if someone was idle on Alluril, then I would have not been happy, because there's plenty that I've been trying to get you guys to do. But you can be lazy. They just don't want to come build this stuff. I don't know why. So we'll yellow alert it, because why not? They did deliver all the Atmo suits at long last, but they just are not moving. I did connect the water line, so that's ready to be turned on as soon as that's plumbed, but I'm not going to have water sitting in space to freeze if I don't need to use it anywhere. These guys are doing good. That guy's about to die, so we're gonna find out just exactly how well my restock works with this little thing. And I also queued up, and it's done and built. Interesting. Scalding? What are you doing in there? Why are you there? Supplying fabrication materials? To what? Weirdo. So I tried building this pump right here to take care of non-carbon dioxide oxygen gases. So this one right here is set for oxygen, and this one is set for carbon dioxide, and then there's a NOT gate. So they send a green signal that is a red signal if it detects either of the good gases. But where chlorine is sort of building up in here, I wanted to get this to start pumping it out. I think, though, I do need some of this. We'll just throw that down there. Yeah, not at that priority, because that's, I think, full. I think the pipe is already full. So we'll throw down one of those there and one of those there. Not at that priority. And then the chlorine one we're not going to worry about. We will just bottle chlorine for later use. Can I empty that myself? Nope. Gotta have a duplicate come do it. So we'll set that in 8. Just because the carbon skimmer doesn't run when we have this layer of chlorine right here. So it'd be nice to get it out of there. And then they also they aren't going to get an irritation every time they come through here. If I get literally like all of the chlorine out. I doubt I will. I don't think it'll drift back and forth well enough. But we will find out. That's top priority, but nobody coming to do it. They should be able to get up there. Climb up through to... Maybe not. Maybe we'll put a ladder there and see how that works. I thought they'd like go up through one door, that one would open, they would jump up through it, then that one would close, but that might not be a thing. I'll have to watch that and see how it goes. See how it do. We're gonna set this to carbon dioxide and enable auto bottle so they can just constantly pull that. And we'll just set this one to oxygen, because why not? And that can do what it do for a little while. I could put a filter there. That might make things just a little bit easier. Meh. That kind of worked. So he jumped up there onto that open door, and then onto the ladder, and then up there. So, that's one way of doing it. No power. No power, you say? Because that is not done yet. I still need that wire. That wire, fairly important. We are about to have orbital data collection station. Yes. Okay, we are getting close to being able to go into space. I should probably put in a bed and a food station yet. So let's see. You guys have power. No gas output. Not sure what you mean by that. That seems like... Yeah, that seems... Oh, you're the wrong one. Bleh. Then probably what we need to do is go here. Excuse me, and set that to carbon dioxide. And then... That might be happier. Yes, no? No, yes? Allows gases to be drawn from a rocket via pipes. Draws gases from the first rocket module with the requested material. Okay, so that is the one for supplying gas. If I read that right. So maybe we don't want to deconstruct that, but this one we do. Allows gases to be drawn from rocket storage. Okay. We are not doing storage. Let's see, do we get... Yeah, we did get a washroom. Even though we have these little fittings in here, they don't count as industrial equipment, which is nice. It's all about maximizing space. I might actually move this ladder inside the rocket so that I can put some, or the bathroom so I can put something else here. It's like this research station. Thinking about putting a door right there. Oh, that ladder wouldn't work right there because they gotta go up. Yeah. There are a few guides for various different people that have built these little things that optimize the space really well. I am not them people. I don't care so much to watch the guide. So I'm not going to worry about that for a little while. Why am I doing mesh tiles? Some airflow tiles wouldn't be bad. Carpet. Takes 2 reed fiber. I have a few reed fiber. We also have ladder beds. How can I best use one of those? Does a rocket control station count as industrial? Not sure. Because I could potentially put the bed right there. So let's do... The carpet tile it slows their run speed, but it's very nice for morale. I heard someone else talking about how it reduces stress while they stand on it. I don't see that saying that anywhere there, so I guess we'll just experiment with it and see. We'll build a line of it there. And then as a duplicate walks across it, we'll see if they have a buff or debuff. We need 12 tiles for a mess hall of any kind. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. That would be 12. Yes. Do an airflow tile right there. And then we need the same thing for a bedroom, which could technically be here, depending on what that station says. So I'm gonna try and put in a door right there. And I don't necessarily think I need to use a ladder bed, but we'll try it just to see what it looks like. A ladder bed right there. And a mess table right there. With refrigerators under food. Refrigerator right there. Need power to the refrigerator. And I'm gonna need some sort of a decor item. I think I could technically make that a great hall. No, I don't. Well, not with the refrigerator right there. Let's cancel the refrigerator for now. Cancel that power wire for now. So if we put... Actually, I forget the size of it. Blah, da, 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 da. I'm looking for furniture. Metal sculpting block. Copper. Right there. And then a party line right there. And then a refrigerator right there. Yeah, that would work. And that would be a great hall once it's all built. So then we'll have great hall, maybe bedroom. I think that station might conflict with the bedroom, in which case I'll have to do something different with that, but we'll just see how that works. And the washroom. So whoever's up here will not have to worry too much about stress. Now, this side of things, I have a lot of people being, excuse me, not working. So let's do another dig. Oh, maybe cancel that a little bit. Cancel all. Q. Because I want them to be able to get up there. Maybe that too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I want them to get this. So I'll have to do a little weird climbing thing. Just give them something else to do for a little while. Probably deconstruct that. Probably dig that out, just so that you have something to do. Food and oxygen are just fine here. They're not lacking anything. We are about to. We lost a plug slug, so I only have one left. I don't really know what else to do on this side of things. They're just so stable. Other than like start making things better, prettier. New printable. Let's see what we got. Supply. Yeah. Building and operating. Those aren't bad. Except I'm pretty sure those use strength. Yawn. Hey, yawn. I yawned. I don't know. I think just some oxalate. Meh. I don't know what else to get right now. I haven't been thinking about it too much. I mean, the polluted oxygen is starting to thin out a little bit. And so it's not like moving throughout the base the way that it should be. But our generation is just fine. It's all just about getting it to move. I might just enable both of those just so that they start supplying to it. And I suppose I could grab this and run it up here somewhere for an extra vent. That way, if the suits are supplied well, we can still just send stuff off. Worn Atmo suit. I built that just because I saw some of these were getting to low durability. So let them repair it. It's one of the good things about having reed fiber right there is there's enough that they can keep their suits in working order. Yeah, that might start moving more oxygen through the base, even though we're not like picking up a lot. It's pretty saturated right there, but that pump just isn't moving big packets for some reason. I don't know. It's not my main concern right now. My main concern is this thing. You still filling up with oxygen? You are. This thing takes a while. I mean, I know I'm not like getting the most solid stream of oxygen across this thing, but still. Let's see if they've done any work in here. Nope. I guess this thing doesn't like just being on a door? That's kind of weird. It looks like it works. It's a ladder. It shouldn't need any sort of foundation. Weird. I also do not have anything in terms of a pilot. Rocketry. I mean, Devon makes the most sense because he has research and we want a researcher up there. But it's like if I could get someone who has a love of science and piloting, that would be really nice. Nope. They like researching, just not piloting. Yeah. Marie's actually pretty smart. She's got a lot of morale being met, so we'll just give her those two things as well. Why not? Be good at it. Words fail me, like they tend to do. I have all the way down here. What is the key binding? Shift F11? No? Alt F11? I forget. I see people use screenshot mode where they can zoom all the way out and then move super quick through the map. Get this thing. Neural Vacillator. Give someone a better stat or make them lose a -1. We're going to send Devon to it. We haven't used one yet, but we're going to hope he gets something like Starry-Eyed, because then he'll just be like loving space. Okay, that's worked fairly well. We still have a little chlorine there, but not like the most chlorine. Let's definitely let that thing work better. But yeah, I think we'll wait for Devon to hit this thing and then see what he gets and call the episode there. Oh well, it left Devon on there for a little while. Oops. You're fine. You're fine. What'd you get? Sunny disposition. Unwavering positive outlook on life. It's not bad. I don't know if it's the same as Starry-Eyed. Because Starry-Eyed gives them a morale bonus that just reduces stress. So if I remember the challenge correctly, it says have a duplicate earn a lot of morale in space, not don't have them be stressed. So Starry-Eyed would have been better, but that'll definitely help. It'll make him less whiny when we put him in space. But yeah, I think that will do it. I'm gonna hang about online for a little bit longer, doing a few maintenance things. We still have that little bit of oxygen in there. I was hoping it would just disappear on me, but I guess 5 kilograms is a fair bit compared to like the 150 of any of the steam that's in there. But yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of the rocket, see if we can't get it built. I don't think these things work the way that I want them to, and I kind of hate that. It's like gas intake fitting. Why do I need a fitting? Let's rant a little bit here. Unless I'm just not understanding them, but I was reading on the wiki earlier and there wasn't an awful lot to read about. a ladder right there so they can finish building that. But these things already pump straight out of a canister. And like all I have to do is put a vent on one of these and I could pump right out of the canister. So it's like the only advantage of these things is they filter what's in the canister. But that doesn't seem like, you know, a super worthwhile thing compared to what's already there. It takes up a little space. Not only do you have to find space to put that thing there, but you still have to put a vent there. I thought when I saw these filters that it was all just automatic, that it sucked stuff up automatically. This thing right there, it's like no gas intake. And I keep clicking automation, I don't know why. If I have to hook up a pump to this thing, I still have to filter through the pump. Why don't I just pump straight into this thing? Not the hand sanitizer, but this thing. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. That is what we call a big dumb. But yeah, I'm gonna call this episode here. I'm gonna work on getting this pretty for just a little bit longer, but the recording has gone on long enough. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode where hopefully we go to space. Out.